It's of vertex or vertices, foci, equations of asymptotes, directrix, axis of symmetry. You got to know what those go to. Okay, so I'll list them there for you so that you don't forget any of them, but you need to know where to put them. Like, you need to be aware that a circle, for example, does not have foci. You need to be aware that a parabola only has one. Or, oh, and you know, oh, never mind, I was going to say, also like the directrix.
Is this summative?
Yeah.
So, number one, what is it?
Go to quarter 3.
Horizontal.
Oh, this is
hyperbola.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good one. Very cool, Victoria.
So it has to be a horizontal hyperbola because there's a minus sign which indicates hyperbola. X is first, so that makes it horizontal. It doesn't matter which one's bigger, it matters what letter comes first. So the first thing we do would be to find our center. We start like all of these with a center except for the parabola whose center is kind of called a vertex.
Sometimes I look for the center anyway.
So the center would be
So go to X first and then Y.
-2.
Now I said to scale your graph. I don't think it fits otherwise. So if you just make everything 2. So this is like a 2. This is a 2. I think it'll fit better.
Throw me a good old eraser. That eraser's awesome. Thank you.
I had that one eraser. I'm pretty sure you lost it.
Oh, maybe I did.
So this is my center.
And it moves out.
There's just like not even one loose.
Then you're going to square root the denominators. So the square root of 144 is 12.
Oh man.
And
So much.
we're going to do that in the horizontal direction.
Largely charged.
Okay.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
You have to label the graph so you know what our scale is.
Yes.
2, 4, 6.
Then you're going to square root 36. You get 6. We're doing that in the vertical direction because it was the denominator of the y variable.
Very cool.
So 2, 4, 6.
That 10 looks like it's about
2, 4, 6.
I had 3 glasses.
So since this is a hyperbola, we're going to make a box and put asymptotes through the box. Your asymptotes should go through the corners of the box and the center. Make sure that asymptotes go all the way across your graph. I had a few people make their asymptotes too short. I haven't finished grading those quizzes, but I started grading them, and some people were making your asymptotes too short. If they're too short, your hyperbola is not going to look right. It's going to look wrong.
They haven't graded it yet?
No, Brayden. You took it the day I left on spring break.
Oh, makes sense. I should have knocked on your door when I was in starting spring and be like, hey, you grade my
Like,
test?
hey, what's up?
So I'm going to make this hyperbola now because I have enough to like make this shape. This blue point is a vertex. That blue point is 12 units away from the center. So it's at 16, -2. This other blue point is my other vertex. And it's 12 units to the left, so that would bring it at -8, -2.
How's that 16? That's like long.
Well, I scaled
Never
it.
mind. I just like that's fine.
Okay, I also want to do asymptotes.
3/12.
So you're going to do y plus 2 equals plus or minus the slope times x minus 4. And we get these because these asymptotes go through the center, and we know the center is -4, 2. Or, I'm sorry, +4, -2. So the slope would be 6/12.
Oh, 6/12. I just did. Yeah, it's fine.
So up 6/12 is simplifying to 1/2.
Literally just like didn't even.
So it's got a rise of 6 and a run of 12.
Can we? Oh yeah. I'm gonna say
See,
Okay.
think I'm at least getting your 50% because I know these graphs pretty well.
What's the last thing?
Yeah.
Last thing.
Alright.
Foci.
Ugh,
The
I
foci.
hate foci.
Foci, you're gonna do a squared what b squared equals c squared.
This would be plus.
Good. So 144 plus 36 equals c squared. So that's gonna be 180.
So
So approximately where is 180?
all
It's like 13, between the square root of 13 and 14.
Yeah.
So, like,
So
13 and 45.
it'll be just a little bit past. So this is at, remember this is 12 away. This is 14 away. So we're gonna just put a foci somewhere in there, like in this general area.
So 13.5-ish. That would be
But
close.
we're gonna simplify the square root of 180 to get the exact. So things that go into 180. 18 and 10.
I need to like actually draw my
2 and 5. 9 and 2. 3 and 3. So this is
So it's 6 square root of 5.
6 square root of 5. So my foci are at 4 plus or minus 6 root 5 comma negative 2. So I'm adding that c to the x coordinate of my center because it's to the left and to the right. So that changes the x value of the center, but they're still at negative 2.
So if it was vertical, we just put it a little higher, right? It'd be like a negative 2 plus or minus. Remember when I used highlighters on our clothes and I read like every
Oh my gosh.
That was just so rough. I need to like cut out a piece of paper instead of like giving you just like a new piece of paper. It's so weird. That whole situation.
All right, what's number 2?
And ellipse.
Yep,
What is the square root of 169?
13.
Wait, did you graph the other two?
What was that?
I don't know.
What was the dot outside the
The foci?
yeah, that's your focus.
Very interesting.
Okay, what is the center of this ellipse?
Negative
3, 0.
Good.
Why did that take me so long to like comprehend?
Because the x is over here, y is over here.
Yeah, I was like reading the y and I was like, whoa.
Okay, square root 169, that's 13. We're going to go 13, I don't know.
I don't even know.
You should know that one.
13.
Should go 13 above. That's not right. And then 13 below.
You put move him over.
Ugh, dang it. That was right. This is hard to read.
Is it 13 up and down?
Yeah, this is like 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Are you going by 2s again or no?
No.
Going by 3s?
1, 2, 3. Wait, that one was right. Dang it.
It fits.
I know. I just can't read.
Square root of 165.
My eyesight's not what it used to be. Okay. Then you're going to square root 25 and get 5. So you're going to go 5 to the right and 5 to the left. And you're going to make an ellipse.
This is like a football.
Do I have to say that it's like a vertical ellipse? The ellipse. That's
You don't really have to say that at all. I just think it's helpful to identify what you're graphing before you graph it.
I'm just gonna. Because
That way, once you start graphing it, you know you're, doing it right.
I just like can't draw an ellipse. You're just gonna have to like.
Well, on my solutions, I didn't really care how pretty it was either. I was just like, get it done.
Like mine looks like an eyeball, to be honest.
Let me see.
What else do we need for ellipse? Foci. How do we find foci?
I don't remember.
Oh, a squared minus b squared equals c squared.
Good.
So smart.
Actually, not.
Yes, you really are.
What?
I said you are.
It's always subtraction with the ellipse, right?
It's like the opposite. Yeah. Basically, yes.
Um,
Oh my god, I know that one's 12.
okay.
I'm so smart. The first one I'm drawing.
So that's going to be 12 in which direction? Yes. Remember, the foci are always along the major axis for ellipses.
I just never know which one's the major one. Is whatever one comes first.
Whatever comes first.
It's a larger one.
Very good game.
For the
It's not always the larger one.
So would it just be
For ellipses,
X?
it is.
yeah. For hyperbola, it doesn't.
The y goes up and down. So it's
The foci should always be engulfed
It can't even be
by the conic section.
the vertical way though. I mean the horizontal.
No, because then it would be outside.
Yeah.
it's not.
Circle. This is
That's
the
just
easiest
me.
one. The circle has a center and a radius.
I've really come a long way.
You really
What's
have,
the-
you're really confusing
What's
me.
the center?
3
Oh,
negative
3
2.
negative.
Yeah.
Shut up! I was getting it.
Okay, and so the radius,
7.
yeah. So we're just gonna go 7 in every direction. So that's
How do
7
you
up.
just, like, know?
Because I squared and
Oh,
then R.
The circle is the one that doesn't have denominators.
4, 5, 6, 7.
And then to my bank account.
7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's gonna be even worse because it's gonna like not be a circle because I can't.
You're not a circle.
I hope not.
Hey, this is pretty good. Look at me. I
Whoa!
want a candy or something for
See,
that.
I
Honestly,
honestly
really
really I'm like, I'm sorry, they're so
I do.
So this is a what
Eggs.
kind of
Well,
conic?
vertical or horizontal.
It's a horizontal.
Horizontal parabola.
Because
It's an X.
Take your time to appreciate my circle.
And does it open to the right or the left?
it opens to
Left. You're such a
Right.
I'll give
I
you
don't
that.
know how to share that.
What tells you
The 1/8
if A is
positive or negative?
so our A is positive? Which way do the X's get positive?
Right.
To the right.
What are we talking about right now?
The
Oh, which way it's
direction
facing.
of
Okay, I was
opening.
like, what is happening?
So positive X is right, negative X is left, positive Y is up,
Makes sense. Okay, okay.
negative Y is down.
It is a 3, 1 is our vertex.
Yeah.
Okay, and we don't call this a center. So
I was
that's
gonna say
important too, because some people do that after all the other conic sections, center, 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 and then they call that a center. It's not a center, it's a
Because
vertex.
there's no, it's like, it's not. It's
Yeah.
just like on the end of it.
So 3, positive 1.
These tables are so annoying. They move around so much.
So lightly, I'm just going to put a V there so I don't forget. Now, how do we graph the rest of this?
Well,
Lattice rectum is 8.
Okay,
yeah.
I can't put that in yet,
But I'm just telling you.
but it is 8
You have to find the.
because it's the reciprocal of A.
Wait, would it be negative?
I have to find the focus.
No.
So to find the distance that the vertex is from the focus,
Maybe 1/4.
I do 1 over 4A.
Ew, and it's a fraction.
Oh, they follow
Oh, it's 2. It's just 2. It's fine.
So I get 1 over a half,
Stop judging it before you get to know
which
what
is
it
2.
is.
True.
I just don't
It's a
like,
Come on,
book by
Emma.
its cover.
I just don't like fractions. They're
It has to be a fraction. It's 1 over something.
Okay, yeah, but sometimes it's like,
I know.
I don't know, sometimes it's not, I guess.
I know. All right, so you get 2. What does 2 represent?
You can go up to and down to.
2 represents.
A lot of stuff.
You would if it was
What would be
vertical.
2?
2 to the right.
You do 2 to the right and put what there?
Focus.
Focus.
And 2 to the left is the
And then you go 2 to the
Oh, that
left
would be the,
and you put the directrix.
I would call it index. I don't know
Index. Index.
why. Why did I say that?
What?
Why did I call it
So your focus is
I
at
really don't know.
5, 1,
Your mind is in
and your directrix is at 1, 1. Or it's not
Oh,
at
no,
1, 1.
it's
You got
1.
me though.
It's 1.
Yeah, it's a line. So it's at x equals 1 because it's a line.
Our focus,
Yes.
our
Guys,
lattice
the
rectum is 8
glossary.
units long, so we can just like do that now, I guess.
I feel like the hardest ones are gonna be on the front. Because like graphing is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, if you know it, you know it. Like graphing is like not that bad.
Now what?
Lattice
You have to
rectum.
find the.
Lattice
you have to
rectum.
go,
Don't jinx
like
yourself.
8 units long, right?
So how do I do that?
You have to go up 4, down 4.
From where?
You know.
From the focus.
From the
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Doesn't that make it like like longer than 8 units long?
No.
What?
I don't
No,
know.
because if you do 4 inside, it'll be 8.
And then we're going to connect vertex to those points
Is it time to go? Oh, no.
and put in one more thing. So what else is not here?
Axis is
Yeah.
Ew, I forgot about him.
Ah,
So where does the axis of symmetry go?
Through the vertex,
Y
And?
equals 1.
the focus.
Right. And so yeah, it's y equals 1.
That's what I'm gonna forget to do.
Axis of
What is
symmetry.
it called? Axis of symmetry.
ALS.
It's listed on the top.
Oh, is it?
So before you're done with each question, check back and
Don't
read
suck.
the
Oh, yeah.
words and just make sure you didn't forget any of
I
them.
just feel like I'm gonna figure out
No, I love for you.
I know, like, I feel like.
I just feel like you've grown, like, as
No,
a
I
person.
just think you're
So-
bothered by that.
What tells us it's vertical?
The Y becoming curved.
Right.
No.
All right, what's the center of this?
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
What?
That's why I'm mad at him.
Uh,
I'm gonna
one
have a
negative
nice chat with him.
Good.
I'm gonna sit him down and be like, listen, buddy.
Chrissy, it's okay, I understand.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Shut up.
So 1, negative 2.
Teach.
Teach. I'm gonna call him.
Then we're going to square root 64. What do we get?
8.
Oh my god, I'm so smart.
What do we do with 8?
You're gonna go up 8 and down.
Oh
Good.
crap, I forgot to put my
Up 8, down 8.
What is that? 1,
Oh, this,
2.
you're going to be annoyed, but this is going to go off the graph a little bit.
Oh,
I'm going to scoot down the word center
don't do that.
Really?
because your hyperbola is opening vertically.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
That's nasty.
Sorry.
That's nasty.
Nasty.
I'll try to make sure it's not like this on the test.
Yes, please. Is it 8 up?
Yep. And then we're going to go what in the x?
7.
Yeah, 7 in the x direction.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, that's big.
Spotlight.
Like me.
Big old box.
You said 7? Yes. I don't. Oh my god, why is the box so big?
Big upper.
I can't draw a straight line.
You know why you can't?
Why?
Because you're not a ruler.
Thank you.
Which points are the vertices?
The 2 dots at the end. The blue ones.
Yeah, the blue
10,
ones.
And then
Yep, this
1,
one
6.
and this one.
Oh, darn it. I grabbed your order.
It's okay, Tristan, I understand. Ew, why does it look like that? Why is it so large? Hold on, give me
Sorry.
some time.
What a big
We won't have any of these way too thin ones on the.
Will you tell us if we need to scale it?
If we can scale it.
No
that'd be
Please,
promises.
please, that's just fair.
great. I mean,
That is just fair.
Okay, then we're going to find our focus. Right? So foci, we do a squared, what b squared equals c squared.
You do A squared plus B squared?
So 64 plus 49.
105. Oh, wait, no, it's not 105.
It's really
115. 115.
So that's bigger than 10, but it's smaller than 11. So we'll say 10.5. Literally just put if you just say 0.5, like anything, it doesn't matter. It's bigger than 10. So a little bit bigger than 10 would put us like right here and right.
No.
Oh wait, what was that, 8?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
just
it.
kidding.
It goes off.
All right,
so
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish, and a little bit. Whatever, somewhere over there. And then this is 8, 9, 10-ish, a little bit
finish.
up there. So our foci,
Wait, where's the other one? Can you show me? Oh wow. Wait, what?
Come on, we have to like take it out of 115. Hold on. Give me
no, 115 doesn't simplify.
Spotlight.
So we're going to do
It doesn't.
1 comma negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 115 for our coordinates of our foci.
I hate this.
So if the Y comes first, you always put it in the Y, like you always add it to the Y.
Oh, the next one's the scale your graph. That was
I'm missing one thing here.
The asymptote.
Asymptotes are at y plus 2 equals plus or minus whatever the slope is times x minus 1.
So we rise over run.
Rise over run. So this rise was what?
8 over 7.
Yep, and the run was 7. So that's 8 sevenths.
Plus or minus.
Always simplify your slope, so if it simplifies to 1, you can
Guys,
put
guess
plus or
what?
minus
The
1.
next one is a parabola.
Yeah, the next
It's
one is
vertical, I think.
a parabola, and it's
It's going down.
it's got a really small lattice rectum. So we're gonna scale this in a different way. Like instead of making everything, yeah, we're gonna make it like we're zooming in. So
Or you should like make
what tells you that this is a parabola and not something else?
Because that all
It's
has.
like y. It's like y equals.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be.
It's just one of those.
And it's vertical and it's going down.
Right.
No one needed more information.
So vertical going down. This one's kind of weird because there's no parentheses and there's like not a lot of numbers.
Yes. So wouldn't
We
it
need
just be
these.
0, 1?
Yes.
Yes, Tristan.
Wow, Tristan, you're
Really
on a roll
on it
today.
today.
Don't graph that point yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't graph
I
it
was
yet.
really bad at it. Thanks God you stopped me.
What would we do after finding the vertex?
So both, you would find the.
Yeah, and we do that by calculating. So what's A?
-1.
So this is a fourth. So the 1/4 is how far the focus is from the vertex.
So wait, no, what are you -1/4? It's in.
Doesn't matter.
In the,
If you want to think about it negative, you can think about it as like below. So you got a vertex, and then a fourth of a unit below is your focus. So a fourth, remember, that's 0.25. That's really small. So if my vertex is at 0, 1, where is my focus?
1 minus 0.75.
Or you could say 3/4.
so it doesn't matter if it's negative? No.
Well, like negative would mean below, and then but it doesn't.
What do you say?
You just need to know where to put it if it goes above or below.
Yeah, but if it was negative, would you graph it on the negative 0.75?
No.
No?
No.
What?
It's just representing a direction, the negative sign.
Oh. I thought it meant like.
So,
the
because
actual
the
number was
focus,
And then the direct
and then the directrix is above it.
1.25.
Oh,
And
the
is
focus
that-
though.
It's an equation, so what is 1.25?
Y equals 1.25.
Right.
That's such a nice yellow.
What was it?
How long is the lattice rectum?
1.
Yep. And where is the axis of symmetry?
One.
Oh wait. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, 0, 0, 0.
What 0?
X.
X equals 0, because it goes through the vertex and the focus.
Are we gonna make like 2 of them like 0.5?
Yes. So the best way to do this to make it look nice is to make 4 of these blocks 1. And that way we can accurately graph 0.5, 0.25 and 0.5. So 1, and that would make this 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks is 2.
2 blocks is 1.
1, 2, 3. No, 4 is
4
1.
blocks.
Okay.
That way each block is representing a quarter. We have a lot of quarters, so it's helpful. So my focus is at 0, 1. Or I'm sorry, my vertex is at 0, 1. Focus is at 0.75, which would just be 1 block below this. The directrix is at 1.25, which would be 1 block above. And then my lattice rectum is 1 unit long. So I would have to go 1/2 and 1/2 to the left and to the right, which is 2 blocks in either direction. Like so.
And then directrix is 1 above.
And then my axis of symmetry, ooh, goodness. Axis of symmetry goes through. There.